Hello all and welcome back. I hope you're all doing really well and have had a fantastic weekend. That being said, I wanted to say thank you very much to all of those that showed up yesterday on that live stream I had with Hedera Starter. It was a fantastic hour and 30 minutes with all of you guys, and it was great talking about not only Hedera Starter as a project and the HBAR Hedera ecosystem, but crypto in general. Lots of discussions about entering the crypto space, web development, Solidity, our thoughts on different projects, etc. It was a brilliant stream, I thought, and hopefully a lot of you enjoyed it if you did stop by. That being said, it will be the last video uploaded on the channel, so that VOD will be available if any of you guys wanted to go and sort of hyper scroll through it and sort of catch some of that information. I am also speaking with Hedera Starter, and hopefully we will be able to do another live stream sometime around their launch, so a couple of weeks out, and we will do a bit more marketing for that so more of you can join and hopefully more favorable with the time zone stuff. That being said, this video is obviously going to be HBAR focused, as Hsuite token sale is now live. I'll be showing you guys how to do that at some point through this video. There will be timestamps down below as per usual. That being said, let me just jump straight into a market overview and then we'll look at purchasing some of those Hsuite tokens. On the crypto bubbles, we can see that signs of strength are returning to the markets. Obviously, equities markets are currently open over in the United States and things are returning somewhat to normal. That being said, we may still see further downside from here. So make sure that you are in the projects you want to be in and you're averaging into those positions. Again, my position has not changed. As a lot of you will know from our discussion yesterday, just continuing to average into these projects. HBAR, in my opinion, is still massively undervalued. Same with a lot of these projects that have fallen back now on their positions. Some of the drawdowns from all-time high are 70, 80% from all-time high. So fantastic opportunity to average in if you want to do so, and that's what you're doing. That being said, wanted to talk quickly as well about this Yuga Labs, and it was to do with the Bored Ape Yacht Club NFT collection that dropped. There's a lot of noise being posted on Twitter about this because obviously it was a bit of a mishap, and it was a bit of a nightmare, I believe, from the unprecedented demand. So we know that the Other Deed mint was unprecedented in its size as a high demand NFT collection, and that would bring with it unique challenges. The hope was that those challenges would be assuaged via a rigorous gating mechanism in the form of on-chain KYC, a max mint of 2 per KYC'd wallet, and a significant clearing price at 305 ApeCoin per NFT. This has been the largest NFT mint in history by several multiples, and yet the gas used during the mint shows the demand far exceeded anyone's widest expectations. I think it was literally millions and millions of dollars of gas fees were effectively consumed during this mint, which just shows how outrageous the Ethereum chain is, especially during times of congestion. The scale of this mint was so large that Etherscan even crashed. We're sorry for turning off the lights on Ethereum for a while. It seems abundantly clear that ApeCoin will need to migrate to its own chain in order to properly scale. We'd like to encourage the DAO to start thinking in this direction. We are aware that some users had failed transactions due to the incredible demand forced through Ethereum's bottleneck. For those that were affected, we will get your back and try and refund some of the gas fees. Tons of people here saying as well, ETH is a rich boys club, isn't fair to the majority of people. It's not affordable or scalable. We've got people here chiming in as well saying that realistically this should have just been done on HBAR. You'd have paid next to nothing for gas fees and there wouldn't have been any bottleneck. And on top of that, there were actually some tweets to this thread that have been hidden saying the code actually written for this launch was completely busted, and that was the true reason for the bottleneck. So it just goes to show as well that having trust in whoever's minting or making these collections is very important, as well as the services that are providing the mint on the mint side, that they have actually got decently factored code that isn't going to waste millions of dollars of gas fees because of how unoptimized it is. So this is just a great case in point of why Ethereum is not scalable. You've seen a fair enough and unprecedentedly large mint. However, the network itself couldn't keep up, and this is one of the biggest networks in terms of size and transactions, etc. So it'd be great to see things like this transitioned across to Hedera, which is way more scalable and has higher throughput. And here you can see here, HBAR fees during market volatility, everyone's smiling and happy, and then Ethereum fees during market volatility, horrific. That being said, talking about Hedera as well, we can see the TVL is still continuing to increase. I'm not really sure what's going on with these drops that we see, whether that's just an issue with DeFi Llama picking up some of the information, or whether Stader is moving some of it around within the pools. But on the whole, we are still seeing an increase of TVL over time. We're still around a 60% APY, which is fantastic. So hopefully you guys are still staked within those pools or allocated as much of that HBAR as you were willing to do so in order to reap the benefits and rewards from those staking pools. Right, flicking over, let's look at Hsuite and mint some Hsuite. So any of you that did follow on from my HBAR video will know that that was actually a test case for Hsuite's smart contractless functionality, and that went very well, hence why we're seeing this launch here. And it's quite straightforward to do. So how to buy is we associate the Hsuite token ID, this one here, we send HBAR to this address, and then effectively we will receive HBAR back. So if I drag my wallet onto screen, let's associate the token ID first. So add token at the top here, and we need to associate the token ID. So let me punch this in real quick. Okay, so now I punched in that token ID, we can see it's been associated and I've put the correct ID in. Name is HBAR_Suite, symbol being Hsuite, max supply, no trade fees, associate token. Make sure you've got some HBAR in your wallet to associate, otherwise this will fail. You obviously won't need a lot of HBAR to do this. Done. So that's now done. I've associated that token. It's now appearing in my wallet. I've got 0. So now we're going to buy some. So we do that by using the transfer feature. So we're going to click transfer and we're going to pop in the address quickly. Okay, so I heavily suggest you just copy and paste this address from their webpage to make sure you don't get it wrong. See the check here saying that it's correct. So 0.0.893732. Going to click on next. So I'm sending here, and my asset type is obviously going to be HBAR that I'm sending. I'm going to punch in 1000 HBAR. So I'm going to send 1000 HBAR. And I'm going to put in my wallet ID as a memo because no idea if this is going to work, but from the last one, if you used a memo code of a wallet that had these tokens, you received a bonus. So you guys are free to try this, add my wallet address as your memo. Potentially you get an additional amount of Hsuite. No idea. Like I said, this is what worked for the HBAR token. So sending to here, HBAR, my amount, and my memo next. It's going to tell me how much it's going to cost me. So there's my fee in total as well. Just triple check the wallet as well. So there's my memo, and I'm sending to 893,732, 893,732. Send. I suggest you do this with a small amount to begin with. I've done this a few times, so I'm a little bit more confident. However, it's always smart to do this with a small amount. So I'm going to click done, and we're just going to wait here to see if my HBAR_Suite amount updates. That being said, if I flick over to their Twitter account, it is saying payouts might be a bit slower than usual right now. Tons of people trying to buy in with this process, so please be patient. Oracle bug will also be fixed soon, and we will send you the missing tokens. Thank you for being with us. So I just did 1000 HBAR, so I should receive 400,000 Hsuite tokens. So I'm just going to pause this video and I'll come back once they are appearing in my wallet. Okay, so I've waited a few minutes, and unfortunately they've still not come through just as of yet. So the Hsuite team or HBAR_Suite team weren't joking. They're obviously being a bit slow at the moment, and the contract is experiencing some serious demand. I have no concerns or worries about me not receiving my tokens. However, just bear this in mind. It may take a little while for them to come through. That being said, let me jump over. Let's jump over to another tweet from the Hedera ecosystem, and this is obviously from METASTABLE. Nice little thread they published over on their Twitter account. Obviously, like I mentioned previously, there was a video with an interview with one of the co-founders of METASTABLE, asking him some more questions about the platform, as well as some more information on timelines, features of the Meta token, and what they expect to deliver at their launch. They're saying here, yet another busy and productive week is behind us. Let's highlight the most notable activities in METASTABLE's weekly recap. It's time for a thread. At the beginning of the week, we have reached a halfway mark of our Discord referral contest. If you haven't already, feel free to join the contest and invite your friends to win valuable prizes. Suggest you guys go and check that out. Prize pool of $1,000 for those of you that are on the Discord server and you do the refer a friend contest. Of course, as well, they tweeted out the video that I published previously with that METASTABLE interview. Like I said, go through my recent videos on my channel and you'll be able to find it. Lots of good information in there with 𝗟𝗘𝗙𝗘𝗦𝗧𝗔𝗠𝗣𝗦, which we discussed METASTABLE's vision and future, which was brilliant. At the end of the week as well, they attained a humble milestone with the help. 200 members on the Discord server, and they're continuing to grow. And obviously they are still developing the project, and with a release or targeted release of sort of Q3, Q4 end of this year. Part of the communications and reach improvement plan, we've decided to create an account on Hive blocks. So again, bring the discussion about Hedera and METASTABLE on decentralized social media. And then besides the Discord server and Hive, feel free to join METASTABLE's official Telegram channel. There's lots of good information in there as well. So if you guys want to keep up to date with this project, there's several different socials for you to do so. That kind of wraps up this video, guys. A little bit shorter than normal. Like I said, I'm continuing to average into these positions. And it's something that I will do over the coming weeks. HBAR is still my primary focus because it is such a discounted value right now, and we are nowhere near its true value overall. That being said, hopefully you enjoyed this video. If you did, leave a like, drop a comment if you've got something to say. Make sure you're subscribed for future content, and make sure you follow me over on Twitter, as I'll be posting some more infographics soon. That being said, more videos coming this week, so stay tuned for those. Until then, I'll catch you in the next one. Have a good one. Cheers.